This is the CBS2 News Update. I'm Chris Wragge. Parts of New Jersey are now under a state of emergency after torrential rains flooded roads and homes. In Brick Township, first responders used fireboats to rescue residents. One person we spoke with said he has only owned his home a year and just bought new furniture.
The worst part about it is I'm standing in my house looking through the window, watching the water come in and not being able to do anything about it.
This has never been a flood zone. None of these people have flood insurance. I've been in touch with their insurance company. It is not covered.
Little Falls, New Jersey is also under a state of emergency following severe storms over the weekend. The cleanup there could take months. The rain returns later today, something a lot of people don't want to hear. Here's John Elliott now with your forecast. Johnny?
But I will say this, it has been so nice to see this, some blue skies. 11 o'clock observation out of the park, accounting for that too. We've got partly cloudy skies and 76 degrees, winds out of the west at 8. Numbers are up from yesterday. No surprise here because of that added sun. 1 to 8 degrees warmer this hour. Compared to yesterday, we'll jump up to 82, and then the heat's really on Wednesday and Thursday. Want to show you where the rain is right now. It's parts of Sullivan County through Pike and then down into Warren and Sussex. You're also going to see some of these showers fill in. So the concern now is going to shift a little more to the north and west. We're dry in Monmouth and Ocean, where we saw 8 inches of rain yesterday. Unfortunately, any added rain could lead to some local flooding. The flash flood watch, though, is well north and west. Now, this is in effect until early tomorrow morning, but we are going to see a few stray showers outside of the green box. So remember, just because you're not in the green box doesn't mean we don't have still cause for concern this afternoon and tonight. No, the Yankees are playing tonight. Could be a brief interruption. Then they'll get the game in. And then, yeah, it's game on. We've got more heat. 90 on Wednesday, even warmer Thursday. Flirting with a heat wave. Could see 89 on Friday. Chris?
About a fatal stabbing in Great Neck. Police say a 60-year-old woman visiting from England was stabbed yesterday afternoon in a home on North Road. The woman was taken to the hospital but later pronounced dead. This morning, police arrested the owner of that home, 66-year-old Faye Dumchin in Connecticut, with the stabbing. They say Dumchin had just met the victim through a friend and shouted something about ridding her house of evil before she stabbed the woman. Dumchin is charged with murder and is expected to be arraigned later today. Also later today, Mayor de Blasio will sign a new law putting a cap on new licenses issued to Uber, Lyft, and other for-hire drivers. New York is the first large U.S. city to pass a so-called Uber cap. The mayor will also sign off on a law to set minimum pay levels for all drivers and minimum fares. Happening today, the New Jersey Department of Transportation is about to hold a news conference on the upcoming lane closures on Route 495, which leads commuters using the Lincoln Tunnel in and out of New York City. We're streaming that news conference right now on CBSNewYork.com. But CBS 2's Meg Baker got an early look behind the scenes at the extensive damage and what they're going to do to repair it.
It's clear to see the 80-year-old 495 viaduct is in dire need of an overhaul. It's been repaired with patchwork maintenance for years. Up above on a ramp from Route 1 and 9, the roadway is missing a guardrail. Down below, the steel is crumbling. We got a behind-the-scenes look as the 2.5-year construction project begins.
We can do the project in stages where we have to literally pull up the deck, work on the steel underneath, do one section at a time.
495 connects drivers from the tunnel to the New Jersey Turnpike and Route 3. More than 150,000 motorists drive over the aging infrastructure daily. You can see behind me that one of the piers that holds up a ramp has holes in it. It's completely rusted through. Those holes bigger than a tennis ball. One lane of 495 in each direction will be closed Friday, aka Doomsday. Route 3 is expected to be the worst during the morning rush.
That will be in place through the fall. Then there'll be another lane shift that will be in place for several months into next year. But what that will do is reduce the 4 lanes currently available in each direction to 3 lanes.
NJDOT suggests North Jersey commuters take the George Washington Bridge or a bus from the Vince Lombardi Park and Ride. The express bus lane will remain open.
Now mass transit, these trains are already overcrowded, these buses are packed, and now we're telling people who normally drive, try and get on one of those trains or buses.
The XBL is actually at capacity, and also the Port Authority bus terminal is at capacity. So unfortunately, we don't have the ability to add buses there. And with the train cars also, we just don't have the cars available to add to that.
If working from home or driving during off-peak hours is not an option, the best route may be to take the North Bergen light rail to the ferry. The state says once the extensive steel work is complete, it will help prevent emergency repairs that have become the necessary norm over the years. In North Bergen, New Jersey, Meg Baker, CBS 2 News.
Well, the project is expected to extend the life of the viaduct by about 75 years. Jury deliberations are expected to begin today in the retrial of Norman Seabrook. The former head of the city's correction officers union is accused of investing $20 million in union pension money in a risky hedge fund in exchange for a $60,000 bribe. Jonah Recknick testified that he delivered the cash bribe in 2014. Seabrook's lawyer called Recknick's, quote, a pathological liar. Seabrook's first trial ended with a hung jury last year. The brutal attack of a subway conductor has transit union officials calling for increased security underground. New York City Transit President Andy Byford is expected at a press conference anytime now as police continue searching for the two attackers. CBS 2's Valerie Castro has much more on the search for the suspects.
Cell phone video shows two riders unleashing punch after punch at an MTA conductor on the A train Saturday morning after the Transport Workers Union says the train was ordered to run express after the Grant Avenue stop in East New York.
It made the next stop, and that's when this happened. Is unprovoked by the conductor. The conductor was just doing his job.
The irate man and his girlfriend allegedly attacked the conductor through his open window. The 62-year-old, who appears to try to fight back, is now too shaken to speak on camera.
He's got a little bit of a black eye, some scratches.
The union says this is just the latest in a string of assaults on its employees. Earlier this month, a bus driver spoke out about this attack he endured in the Bronx.
Totally defenseless at this point.
These wanted posters have pictures of all the suspects police are now looking for in the different assaults. Union members handed them out at the Grant Avenue stop Monday afternoon, asking riders to call police with any information.
Enough's enough. We want them arrested.
The Transport Workers Union says these recent violent incidents highlight the need for surveillance cameras at every train station.
The station that this happened in, unfortunately, had no station cameras.
The union also wants other technology like body cameras attached to the safety glasses they're required to wear. From East New York, Brooklyn, Valerie Castro, CBS 2 News.
Byford says the MTA is now talking with the union about a pilot program for body cameras, and we'll have more on this story throughout the day online and on CBS 2 News. Well, voters in Connecticut will head to the polls today to narrow down the number of candidates running for governor. Polls are now open and close at 8 tonight. Governor Daniel Malloy is retiring after 2 terms, leaving competitive races for both the Democratic and Republican nominations. Connecticut has seen a surge of new voters this year. 80,000 registered as Democrats, 43,000 registered as Republicans. The Democratic candidates for governor of New York have agreed to discuss the issues face-to-face. Governor Andrew Cuomo and challenger Cynthia Nixon have accepted an invitation for a debate from CBS 2. It will take place on Wednesday, August 29th. Mark your calendars at Hofstra University. You can see the debate at 7 p.m. on CBS 2 and CBSNewYork.com. We'll also be simulcasting in Spanish on WLNY TV 1055. Maurice Dubois will be moderating, joined in the questioning by CBS 2 political reporter Marsha Kramer. Apple may soon have company in the $1 trillion club. Stock in Amazon jumped another 2% Monday, and that's raised its valuation to $940 billion. If the stock goes up another 7%, Amazon will reach a $1 trillion valuation, becoming the second publicly traded U.S. company to do so. Some fishermen in the waters off of Cape Cod got quite the surprise, and it was all caught on camera. You see one of the fishermen lean in to reel in a catch here, but then out comes a great white shark, helping himself to the striped bass at the end of the line. This is the second shark sighting in the area in just the last few weeks, and that was one big, great white. That is your CBS 2 News Update. I'm Chris Wragge. Thanks so much for joining me here. Please join me on all social media platforms at Chris Wragge. We'll see you there.